Welcome to Input Planet. I'm Jay Schlensog from DPN, a member of the DPN Community Redesign Team, which produced the Iowa Input Planet Public Participation Training Workshops and this video series, sponsored by Iowa Department of Economic Development. This is the fourth in a series of 8 videos. This session will look at surveys and focus groups as part of the public engagement process, including some readily available tools and resources to help you along the way. Surveys continue to play an important part in the public engagement process. We'll take a quick look at some of the most popular methods. It wasn't that long ago that telephone surveys were the preferred survey method. Today, telephone surveys are difficult, at best, for many of the reasons you're probably already familiar with, especially if you have caller ID, you've dropped your landline, or you've received one of those calls over the supper hour. In the right situation, telephone surveys could still offer value. If you choose that route, it may be worthwhile to explore services available from the likes of InfoServe, NBRI, and VoiceShot. Just search telephone surveys to find these and more options. Mail surveys can be effective. In many circles, mail surveys are viewed unfavorably due to costs and typically low response rates. But by taking some simple steps, you could see return rates of up to 30%, 40%, or even higher. Be sure to publicize your mail survey in advance, before the mailing hits mailboxes. Make sure the envelope itself appears as an official mailing, with municipalities or organizations' logo appearing prominently. Limit the questionnaire to one page. It can be printed front and back, but it must be limited to one sheet of paper. Make it easy to return. The very best way is to include a self-addressed, postage-paid envelope, and consider including an option to complete the questionnaire online. You've seen this girl, or maybe it was her mom, with a clipboard at the mall. Intercept surveys are particularly good for targeted studies. For example, if you want to ask people about parks, intercept them at the parks. If downtown is the subject, intercept them there. Intercept surveys are labor-intensive, and there's also the avoidance factor to deal with. Admit it, you've avoided that clipboard-toting lady at the mall at least once. So here are a few hints and tips for an effective intercept survey. Females, and shall we say mature females, are most effective in getting people to participate. Think grandma. You trust grandma. How could you say no to grandma? Provide name tags for the survey staff and signage around the site to lend legitimacy to the effort. Apply the 3-minute rule to the questionnaire. That means your questionnaire can consist of about 10 to 15 close-ended questions. Allow users to complete the questionnaire on their own, rather than conducting the survey as an interview. And offer a reward. It doesn't have to be big, but offer a small incentive to participate. Online surveys are, more and more, becoming the survey method of choice. They're efficient and cost-effective, require little in the way of manpower, and are available round the clock. You'll find a wide range of tools and great tutorials to help get you started. eSurveys Pro, SurveyMonkey, and Zoomerang are among the most popular, but you can find these and more by searching online surveys. We'll wrap up this segment on surveys with some general hints and tips. Get the word out in advance of your survey activities. Let people know what's coming and why it's important to participate. Use a mix of survey methods. No single survey method is the right one. Employ 2 or more methods to improve your sample. Be brief and be concise. For example, a mail survey questionnaire should be limited to 1 sheet of paper, and an intercept survey should adhere to the 3-minute rule. And finally, be sure to share and publicize the results of the survey. People who participated will be curious to see how their responses compared to others, and the results could offer a path for consensus building. Focus groups can yield valuable, qualitative information, insights, and perspectives from targeted market segments, and are most useful when conducted in follow-up to survey activities that most typically collect a large quantity of information. As a simple example, our surveys might include a question like, what type of new business would you be most likely to patronize in our community? Invariably, the generic category of restaurant ends up at or near the top of the list. That's good to know, but restaurants come in all kinds of flavors. So, to better understand and estimate demand, we might conduct focus groups to dig deeper and find out if we're talking about a fine dining, white tablecloth restaurant, a peanut shells on the floor sports bar or saloon, or a breakfast and lunchtime cafe. The restaurant example is a simple one, but the same approach can be used to explore and dig deeper into any number of hot-button topics, or to test evolving concepts, or a preliminary list of priority projects. So we'll leave you with just 3 quick hints and tips for conducting effective focus groups. First, use an outside facilitator who will be impartial to the discussion and keep things focused. Hold sessions on neutral ground. You might look for a meeting room at a local hotel, restaurant, or similar setting, and ensure anonymity to those participating. It's absolutely okay to take notes, but participants need to be assured up front that input is being collected and reported on a collective and anonymous basis. That concludes this session on surveys and focus groups. Be sure to check out the rest of the video series. Thanks for joining us, and remember, you can always find us at planiowa.com.